Hi guys, and welcome to day 10 of January. What the hell is on my camera? I'm just making today's diary kind of just one long video because I've got things to talk about. So first of all, Leeds United match today. I was working today, hence why I wasn't at the Bolton game. And again, sticking to my rule and my plan and everything, because I wasn't at the game. You know, I haven't seen it. I didn't even listen to it or anything. I have no idea really what went on. So I'm not doing a vlog on it because there's absolutely no point me speaking about something I don't know what went on. So I can only really quickly comment now about the things that I do know. You know, by all accounts, we put up a pretty decent fight. Obviously, you know, Bolton have been on a pretty decent run recently. We've obviously been pretty appalling. Redfern put out a really interesting team, one that no one was expecting. He made a hell of a lot of changes, dropped the likes of Adrian, Antonucci, Mowat, Dakara, brought in Morrison up front, had a midfield of Murphy, Cook, Austin and Slot, and Charlie Taylor at left back as well. So I think everyone saw that team to begin with and was thinking, you know, we're probably in for a tough afternoon. But by all accounts, especially the second half, we did more than enough to deserve a victory, really. You know, obviously getting a penalty and scoring after just 3 minutes. It was always going to be a long afternoon after that, I think. You know, going 1-0 up so early on, we would have to have really pushed on straight away and got another quick goal maybe to be a bit more comfortable. And then as soon as Bolton got their equaliser again back from the penalty spot, I think everyone was expecting the worst. But yeah, by all accounts, we put up a really strong spirited performance, which away from home is decent. You know, we can't argue too much about a point away from home. But again, in the grand scheme of things, you look at where we are in the league, where we are on the table. You know, we're still really looking down below us, and it's you know, it's not for pretty reading. Looking at a championship table right now, and we have some you know, some big games coming up. You know, we need to really, you know, if we can start getting the points away from home, you know, just drawing or, you know, battling hard and everything, it's really at home where we need to start putting the performances in and getting proper results, because our home form is just terrible. Well, I mean, all our form is terrible at the moment, isn't it? But you know, at home especially, that's where we need to be strongest. So you know, the upcoming Birmingham game is a massive one, really, to be honest. So, you know, like I said, after the Sunderland game, it was, you know, we needed to push on and make something happen from that second half against Sunderland, and it probably sounds like we started to do that today, but we, you know, a lot of improvement needed there, but it's almost a little bit too late to be talking about, you know, improvement. You know, nearly halfway through January, no real signs of any new personnel coming in, which is quite worrying, I think, especially when we were promised 2 players before the Bolton game. So it does just worry about what is going on behind the scenes, who we are looking at. Obviously there's been all talk about Becchio returning, Beckford returning as well, which, I mean, I love Becchio and his time at Leeds, and you know, when people were having a proper go at him and giving him dog's abuse, to be honest, you know, I was always sticking up for him, because at the end of the day, he ended up being one of our top goal scorers of all time in the time he was at the club. So how anyone could have given the abuse that he did, I never understood that. But we need to be moving forward. You know, we don't want to be going back to who is now an injury prone player, someone who hasn't had an awful lot of game time over the past couple of years, and someone who is now 31 years old. You know, so he's not getting any younger. You know, we need to be looking at someone fresh and something fresh, and really, ideally, we need to be focusing on wingers for me. You know, we need some pace and we need some skill and just something different in the team, and you know, I don't think going for Becchio would do that personally. It might do a lot for, you know, morale around the club and everything, and get, well, the majority of the fans sort of back on side, but it's not our main priority, really. So that's Leeds United dealt with today. So the main point, the big thing that I wanted to talk about in today's diary The past few days I've been talking about obviously YouTube and how I feel. I'm a lot happier with the content I'm putting out now, and the way that I'm doing it and the scheduling I'm setting for myself and for you guys, of course. I've talked a lot about how my subscriber count has been going up and down and up and down, sort of between 520 and 530. It just sort of keeps creeping up to 530, then going back down again and back up. And it's been a really strange start to the year, but I suppose it was kind of to be expected with the changes I've made. But having said that, I feel I'm getting more regular views now on my videos, which is amazing. I wasn't expecting that to happen. But I'm sort of continually getting between 60 and 100 views, even just on my diaries, which I really wasn't expecting at all. I didn't think it would take off like it has done. So, for those of you that haven't heard before, I set myself a schedule of obviously releasing the daily diaries and each week doing one main vlog and one video, one gaming video. And, that suits me down to the ground. It means, obviously, the daily diary is just a natural thing that happens. I don't have to think about it too much. Just get the camera out whenever something's happening and talk to it for however long I want to. And then that gives me a lot more time to think about what I'm going to do for my main vlog, and obviously plan out what I'm going to do gaming wise, because obviously I have the Bartat channel to think about as well. Spend a lot of time editing there. And before, both Bartat with Lee and Charlie and myself, I'd kind of set myself just way too much to do, and I just didn't have any free time at all. Dodging between work and doing this, obviously, and it meant things on my channel was getting sloppy, things on the Bartat channel was getting sloppy. So that's why I decided to make this change. Now, obviously, by doing that, I also realised that in order to make my channel grow and get bigger, I had to make that decision of stopping to solely focus on Leeds United. Now, obviously, that's what got me started on this, YouTube channel. It was me mainly talking about Leeds United in vlogs, obviously doing the away days video. Now, obviously, the away days videos are never going to stop. Whenever I do an away day, I would take in my camera and, technology-wise permitting and everything, there will always be an away days video. And likewise, I will always talk about Leeds United when I can. But I felt in order for my channel to grow, I needed to stop the Leeds United part being the main focus of the channel, because with that I would not, keep growing. Because I don't think I've ever talked about it too much on here, but really the main thing in life that I am aiming towards now, and what I consider to be sort of a dream goal and everything, is YouTube. I would love to make it big on YouTube, because I consider myself to be a fairly creative kind of guy, constantly trying to make things for other people to enjoy. That gives me, a lot of happiness, really. And, I can't get that in my work. The job that I'm in, I can't progress anywhere. There's no sort of promotions to aim for. It's just a local family furniture shop. I enjoy it, and it's a great thing to do, and it's something that suits me down to the ground, but there's nothing for me to aim for there. So the YouTube thing, I don't know if I want to call it my spare time, because I'm constantly thinking of stuff to do and constantly filming, writing stuff down, thinking of ideas, editing, making things. I'm popular. So obviously, as great as it was getting the subscribers in, and the Leeds United fans and football fans, watching me, it's kind of a limited audience. There's only so many Leeds United fans in the world, and so many of those won't watch YouTube, won't follow me on Twitter and everything. Whereas, I like to do lots of different things. That's why I'm doing this, daily diary and showing different aspects of my life. Doing vlogs where I won't just be talking about Leeds United, doing gaming videos, which is something I love doing. I've got other ideas for series in my head as well. Doing those kind of things, I can bring so many other different kind of, audiences into me. And I found I've been doing that since I've started, this whole change, in 2015. I feel I'm having a lot more interaction with people. I seem to be getting a lot more likes on my video. That the ratio there must have really shot up lately. And like I say, I'm getting a constant stream of viewers. So overall, I'm much happier with the way this, the channel is going now, in the direction it's going. Now, obviously, I realise there's a lot of you out there. I had a comment today asking me, where the Leeds United vlogs have gone. And for some of you, you might not like the way that I'm, changing things and moving it. And if you were here just solely for Leeds United videos, then I'm here to say that those aren't going to stop coming. They're just not going to be as regular as they used to be. I can maybe guarantee talking about Leeds United just once a week now is something, instead of 2 or 3 times a week or whatever. Every time a breaking news story happens, something, I'm not always going to be talking about it. But with the diary, there'll be a little snippet of that. Possibly like today with the game. There wasn't enough for me to make a full vlog out of it, but I could talk about it here a little bit. So, as frustrating for some people as it is, I would like to think that a lot of you kind of watch me and support me in a way that you would enjoy the other stuff that I put out. Obviously, if you were just solely for the Leeds United stuff and not interested in everything else, you might want to move on. I don't know. That's completely up to you. That's how YouTube works. That's the lovely thing about YouTube. It's there's something out there for everyone. And in a way, I suppose that's what I'm trying to do with this channel now. Instead of just sticking to one subject where I'm limiting myself, I'm wanting to just, expand a little bit, basically. And like I say, I'm a lot happier with how things are. I feel a lot less stressed than what I was. There was a time before Christmas where I was really getting down with the amount of stuff I was kind of having to do. But now it's, I can have times on a night where I can relax while still just doing a little bit of editing here and there, but then I'm getting to sit down and do what I want to do after that. And yeah, like I say, the subscribers may just keep going up and going down and everything, and that might be a struggle this year. I really don't know. But like I say, overall, with the more views that I'm getting on stuff, I do feel like this channel's better for it now. So yeah, a bit of a rant there, I suppose, but I think I just needed to get that off my chest and also just explain that to everyone. Maybe I haven't sat down and explained that properly to people, so we'll call this the day of the explanation, I think. Yeah, like I say, I'm really happy with how things are going. I'm planning on, hopefully, if I can get in touch with a good friend of mine who, I haven't spoken to for a while, I'm going to hopefully try and get some channel art done for the YouTube page. I think that'd be interesting and just something different to have as well. So yeah, like I say, that's all I've really got to say, guys. Yeah, I hope everyone's had a good day. Those of you that went to the Leeds game, I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts on it in the comments below, or as always at my Twitter, Chris Jones LUFC. And everyone else, I hope you've had a good weekend so far, and hope you have a good one tomorrow. Although I'm saying this now on the Saturday, meaning tomorrow, but when you're watching this, when I say tomorrow, it'll mean Monday. So let's just say I hope you've had a good weekend, guys. So yeah, I'll leave it there because I'm jabbering. See ya.